So it's an interesting time in Shonen Jump right now. We got new series that are popping off and becoming arguably a part of a new big three. We got some old authors trying to return with new works. Then we got some seemingly nail in the coffin news for the Bleach fans. Now, I want to say this clearly because people are going to take this as, oh, you're a Bleach hater. I want the Bleach anime to come back just as bad as the next, man. I ain't going to lie. Like, I really would love to get the 1,000 Year Blood War in anime form. I would love for the ending of the story to be fixed and get the better pacing or the, a pacing that it needed and all of that good stuff. I'm on board with you guys. I completely agree. The Bleach anime needs that final season, the 1,000 Year Blood War. So don't mistake it as if I'm a hater when I'm telling you guys this, but it honestly seems like this is the end for Bleach, and it's done data. It's a done data deal regarding the franchise and the series, and I'm going to tell you why. Shonen Jump announced that a lot of previous authors are working on one-shots, some of which are Mizuki Kawashita, the author of Strawberry 100, Nisio Isen, the author of Madaka Box, Ryuhei Tamura, the author of Beelzebub, which is interesting because he just had a series not that long ago that ended, Hungry Mary, and he's already coming back, so that's pretty cool. He's a dope author. Mitsutoshi Shimabukuro, which is the guy that did Toriko, also did one of the funniest, I don't care what anyone says, one of the funniest one-shot, Chingiri, a guy that like twists nipples and shit, hilarious stuff. He's coming back with a one-shot. Hiroshi Shibashi, the author of Neuro Rise of the Yokai Clan. That was a really big series. I want to give him a point. Then you got a couple other people. The author of Nisekoi is returning, Naoshi Komi. And then you have Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach, is coming with a one-shot. Now, this is a very, very big deal because if this one-shot is absolutely, and more than likely it's not, I'm going to be clear with you guys, like 99.9% it is not anything to do with Bleach. But if it's definitely nothing to do with Bleach, then that means that the creator of Bleach has officially moved on. And what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? That means that Bleach is done. There's not going to be another sequel. There's nothing in regards to manga form. The anime still could come back one day, but usually once an author moves on from that work, that means that it's done. Everything about it is done. When the author of Katekyo Hitman Reborn created a new series, the Ed Live series or whatever, I knew it was the nail in the coffin. We were never getting another Reborn anime. I just knew. So, with the announcement that Tite Kubo is coming back with a one-shot, and again, it's more than likely not going to have anything to do with Bleach, because if it did, they probably would have said, hey, a big Bleach return, or they would have hyped up with, again, a lot of these authors that are coming back, just like, the author of Nisekoi, for example, or the author of Strawberry 100% or whatever. They would have said something like, hey, it seems as though all of these authors, honestly, it just basically comes across as all of these authors are coming with new works, new one-shots. And in case you don't know about how one-shots work, or you don't even know what a one-shot is, essentially a one-shot is just a one-chapter story that kind of usually is put in the magazine to test its popularity, see if people like it, and if people really, rank it high, or send in letters saying, oh my god, we really love that. Then usually what happens next is that story will get serialized to get a weekly release. So if Tite Kubo comes with, a really interesting one-shot of some totally new story, then there's a huge possibility that it'll get serialized and we'll have a new series from the creator of Bleach, which will have nothing to do with it, which in turn means it's the end of the road. It's time to move on for the Bleach fans. Again, this is more than likely having nothing to do with Bleach. I mean, if it does, cool, why not? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But more than likely, again, with all of these authors coming back, they're coming back with new works, and I believe it's going to be the same with the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo, because again, why wouldn't they mention like, hey, Bleach one-shot, whatever? And this is normally what happens with mangaka that come back to the magazine. They come back, they do a one-shot of some new idea that they have, test the water, see if people care, if people like it, bam, it goes on, so on and so forth. And I mean, as much as we don't want to admit it, because we wanted a good ending for Bleach, we wanted the anime to come back, we wanted all that cool stuff, it would have been even cool to see maybe a little spin-off or something. Seems like it's not happening because a lot of people forget, or they have a misconception regarding what happened with Bleach, and I don't want to really, because there's a long dragged out thing of what happened, whatever, but essentially Bleach really towards the end of its run, I want to say after really the eyes and stuff is where it started, but definitely the full bring was the big nail in the coffin. It's just really not that popular in Japan anymore. The Japanese really aren't demanding Bleach like they did 10 years ago or some shit like that, or, 8 years ago or whatever. Like, once we went into Fullbring arc, it seems as though the Japanese moved on, and it showed in the rankings. Bleach went from being, top 3 to bottom 3 in the last few years of its run in Shonen Jump. I don't even think it ever hit number 1 in, like, the last few years of it being in the magazine. So, honestly, Bleach is already as it is, as sad as it is to say, because, again, this is a series that I really enjoyed. A lot of people get the misconception, just like with Fairy Tail, that just because I critically look at it, that I don't enjoy it. I own most of the Bleach manga. I own, I think, all of the Bleach anime that was released, 366 episodes. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not anything like I'm trying to dash people's hopes, but I'm living in reality. And the reality is a lot of authors that were previously in Shonen Jump, the Medaka Box author, Beelzebub author, and the Bleach author, Nisekoi author, they're coming back. And they're coming with new works, which usually means it's the end of the road for their previous works. And I'll be honest with you, I'm actually excited because I heard recently that the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo, was actually not that interested in writing. So this kind of threw me off to begin with. He was like, I'm not really working on anything at the moment. I'm not really interested. So maybe that interview was taking place a while ago, or maybe he just had a change of heart or something like that. Maybe he was inspired after that interview. Who knows, whatever. But I think this is a great thing. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Imagine, in case you don't know, Akira Toriyama, he had a series before Dragon Ball called Dr. Slump. Very, very popular. Imagine Akira Toriyama never moved on from Dr. Slump and never created Dragon Ball. We wouldn't have one of the biggest series of all time, and he would just be known, oh, that guy that made that really popular series that was in Japan, Dr. Slump, something like that. He would have never became the glorified mangaka that he is today, and we would have never had one of arguably the most influential series of all time, Dragon Ball. You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine, which I don't really like to do this because they're in way separate leagues or whatever, like, I kind of feel a little, comparing them, but imagine Yoshihiro Togashi would have never moved on from Yu Yu Hakusho and created Hunter x Hunter. Don't get me wrong, I probably would have loved that, just because, like, Yu Yu Hakusho is grade A, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the greatest shonen of all time, but Hunter x Hunter is also one of the greatest shonen of all time too. This could be an incredible opportunity, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, Tite Kubo has tremendous potential. The Soul Society arc of Bleach, I won't slight it. That is probably one of the most classic arcs in Shonen. Definitely got to be in people's top 20 Shonen arcs. The Soul Society arc, it was a classic arc. If he can get back to that point, depending on also because he has health issues, but if he could get to that point of how he was writing then and create a new series right now and really channel that Tite Kubo from early Bleach, we could get something way better than Bleach, and this could be the Hunter x Hunter to Bleach's Yu Yu Hakusho, the successor that's even more popular and does something great. This could be his Dragon Ball, his time to shine. Again, I think that it's honestly a positive thing. I think Tite Kubo, he's shown in the past, even before Bleach, that he had potential with the series Zombie Powder, even though that eventually got canceled, and I heard he actually went into depression and some crazy shit like that. But like, this could be an incredible opportunity, even if he revisits Zombie Powder. If you don't know about Zombie Powder, it was a 4-volume manga that was actually pretty damn good, came before Bleach. He could revisit Zombie Powder, he could start something incredibly new, and this could be his time to make an even bigger hit than Bleach and gain back a lot of respect and shit like that. Only time will tell. Personally, I'm excited either way, but it's more than likely, it's 99.9%, it's nothing to do with Bleach, and it's really over for Bleach. It's sad to say, but it is what it is. This is what's happening. The one-shots, this always happens in Jump. When authors come back with one-shots, it's almost never a continuation or a spin-off or a sequel to their previous work. Boruto is an exception because Naruto is tremendously popular. Bleach just isn't cutting the mustard nowhere. It's in Japan, the Japanese have moved on from it. In America, or in the West for that matter, it doesn't have a good rep anymore. So it's the end of the road for Bleach, seemingly, based off Tite Kubo moving on with the new one-shot. Kind of curious what you guys think about this, though. For starters, knowing the potential that the creator of Bleach had with Zombie Powder, early Bleach, Soul Society arc and shit like that, do you think that there's a possibility that he could come and wow us all, make Bleach a forgotten thought and create some incredible series with that awesome art, because he can do character designs like no tomorrow. The backgrounds are a different story, but like the man can draw characters like crazy. He's a really good artist when it comes to that. You think he could come and create the next Dragon Ball and blow us away? Or are you just kind of still bitter about Bleach? Like, honestly, it's time to move on. If the creator himself, if the creator of the actual series is basically moving on to new and probably better pastures, it's time for us to do the same thing as the fandom, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna definitely give it a shot, because Zombie Powder was awesome, early Bleach, and even certain parts later on in Bleach had some good shit too. This is a good opportunity. But again, your thoughts on this? How do you feel about it? That essentially, seemingly, Bleach is truly done, forgotten, done, data. It is what it is. We living in reality over here, people. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and do a little stalking on my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.